Cut. No. Stop. I've had it up to here with that damn song lately. Everyone that's posting up podcasts, videos, or whatever is implementing that damn song into their intro, outro, or whatever, and I'm tired of it. Honestly, I'm tired of it right now. That's much better. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel where I talk and do everything pinball, so if that sounds interesting to you, then hit that subscribe button down below. This is going to be a quick video because I've honestly got to finish getting this put together, upload it, and then I've got to get finished getting packed because I'm going on a little mini vacay with the wife, and I don't want her grabbing at me for messing around with this stuff. For you eagle-eye people out there, you may notice that I no longer have the Swords of Fury playfield on the platform. That's right. After over a year, the playfield is back in the cabinet. I actually performed the smoke test last night. I had a little bit of a hiccup on one point, but that's been resolved since then. I've probably got about 2, maybe 3 episodes left of saving Swords of Fury for the Straight Down the Middle channel. So if you want to see the complete finished product and what it's come from to what it is now, by all means, check those videos out. But anyways, on to Guns N' Roses. Now, a lot of you out there have already been able to play this game, whether you are a distributor or you have locations that have already purchased the LE and got to experience it. And trust me, I've gotten plenty of you guys out there, whether it be sending me pictures, video, comments, or whatever. Y'all have all told me about this game and wanting to get my opinions on it. And I don't have any good opinions yet because I can't play it. I honestly, yesterday, called the Cidercade down in Dallas to see if they had the Avengers and Guns N' Roses on their location yet, and they don't have it in the Dallas area yet. Evidently, they've got them in Austin, and I'm not driving all the way down to Austin to play those games. So, as of right now, I don't have anybody or anywhere that has the game for me to go experience it and give you my feedback from actually playing it. So instead, what I'm going to do is read off some of the comments and messages that I have received from people, and we can see what everybody thinks about that. So let's go through some of these. This is one from, now he doesn't say whether or not he wants to remain anonymous, so I'm going to say your name, Robert. Robert, I went to an arcade yesterday that just opened back up. They had this pinball, and I will tell you this, when I played it, it was single-handedly the most awesome experience I have ever had playing pinball. My God, it was like a religious experience. It was the most beautiful pinball machine I had ever seen, and on top of that, playing Guns N' Roses music while I played my 3 or 4 games. I literally felt like crying. Even 30 minutes after on the drive home, I still felt like crying. I was like, whoa, that's some high praise to a machine right there. All right, this one is from David. It says, it's built really well, sound is great, plays nice once you get the coil strength dialed in. I had to make a few adjustments. I played it for about 3 hours today along with several others, but mostly this title. I am a Guns N' Roses fan, so it's easy for me to decide. I'm in already, but I'm looking forward to having it here at home. Feels like a tank compared to every Stern game on the front line today. I'd compare it with CGC as I have their AFM and Monster Bash here, and they also have great build quality. Bottom line is, I have already heard you say that this is the game. I've already heard you say this, but this game is so innovative and fun to play that even if you are not a GNR fan, you'll still enjoy playing it. If you don't perform, you'll get booed off the stage and your ball ends. It's very well thought out. 21 songs taken from the master reels, but also 7 different random slash guitar solos if you can complete the 2000 spinner revolutions. The light shows during the songs are stunning. No one else can compare to the light show this game has. I think it has 650 individually controlled LEDs, computer in the head, new board set to control solenoids and magnetic sensors. I believe this design sets the bar incredibly high for any manufacturer building the pinball. 20 years from now, it will be looked at as the first one to break the ground and pave the way for these types of designs moving forward. I am very excited to have spent some hands in with today. Some of the wording on this is bad, sorry. But basically excited to have spent some hands with it today. The 27-inch Minister, I'm going to assume that. Okay, the 27-inch monitor is on a articulated bracket and pulls out and swivels so it's easy to access the computer. Again, very well thought out. So thank you, David, for that message on that. Very detailed. So basically this thing is built like a tank, very solid. That is good to hear. All right, so this guy wants to remain anonymous, so he shall be, he or she. Anyways, okay, it doesn't play as smooth as I thought and the flippers are weak. Also, the record broke after 5 plays. I'm trusting you on this first review to not say my name. I'm not saying your name. Tomorrow, I'm going to play it for a while and hopefully have better option tomorrow. Okay, let's see what else he has here because he sent me some more messages. On the gameplay, I'm not impressed, but everything else in the game is amazing. And I'm going through these messages and it's a lot of the same thing. Not too much differences or different wording. I'm going to say it, guys. This game looks like it is a major hit for JJP. They needed it. I'm glad it is. The reviews and feedback from everybody so far, there's a lot of people saying something to do with the light show, that it's too intense, it's too much. And a lot of those people that are complaining about that are going by video alone. And I can tell you right now, especially whenever I'm talking about Penn Stadiums and doing videos for them, it's always, oh, it's too bright, it's too much. But I'm telling you, it looks better in person. So I'm going to assume the same thing for Guns N' Roses. It may look like a lot and it's really intense and bright, but I'm going to assume that it's better in person, that the video is just way too sensitive, it's picking up and it's just making it seem more intense than it actually is. But other than that, from what I've seen so far of the game, the light show looks amazing. The gameplay looks very fun. There's one thing that I gotta say I don't care for, and I've never cared for this when it comes to games, like any game. I don't like skill shots that require you to do a soft plunge just to get it just right, to plunge up just enough. I don't know. Whenever I play pinball, I want to just either hit a button to launch that ball into action or just plunge and get it into play so I can start jamming, and for it to just have to get a super skill shot or a skill shot by easing it out and hitting it barely into the game just seems kind of weird, especially for a Rock Band game. I don't know. You feel like you should just be plunging in and just diving right. I don't know. That is my only small little gripe as of yet. I noticed that you had to like just onto the playfield. I don't know. That was my point where I was like, really? And I honestly, was sometimes when games are like that, I purposefully just don't care that much about the point system for the skill shot. Like, oh, you'll get an extra 10,000 points if you soft plunge. I'm like, I don't care. I'd rather just plunge it, get it out on the playfield, and have some fun. That's just me, though. To each their own. It also seems that for you tournament players out there, you're not too fond of what you're seeing, and that comes to, I'm guessing there's a lot of multi-ball action in this game, and just the way the system works, I'm guessing that's just not something that a lot of tournament players are going to be fond of. It doesn't look like a tournament game to me. It looks like it's one of those games that they want to give you an experience. I mean, not a story so much, but, you know, something to keep you entertained for a good while, because the objective of this game is to obviously play through an entire song during your concert and stuff like that. So, and songs are typically at least 3 minutes and above. So there you go. They want you to have an experience, whereas a lot of other pinball machines, especially when it comes to locations, they want your entire experience to be 3 minutes because they want to move on to the next person, put the next dollar bill into that game. So that changes things up. Now, when it comes to people going after the SE, I wouldn't do it. Me personally, I mean, you're going to get a Guns N' Roses experience, but I feel like this is one of those games that you're missing out on a whole bunch if you settle. I'm going to use the word settle. People say like, oh, it's not settling. Yes, you're settling if you just get the SC, in my opinion, because you're not getting the upper play field and just so much more into that game. The moving lights and all that stuff is not in the special edition or the standard edition. I'm sorry. You're missing a whole lot of things that go into that game with the standard edition, and I'm not too fond of the art style for the standard edition either. I would be, as of right now, before playing it, perfectly content with an LE. And that's another thing also that's most recently happened is that a lot of people that were assuming that they were going to be getting a collector's edition are not, because they did not roll it out the same way Stern did. Whenever Stern releases a new title, they say, hey, you distributors, you're going to get 10 of them LEs, you're going to get 20, you're going to get 5, whatever. The distributors know how many of the LEs or CEs that they're going to be getting for them to sell to their customers. Not this time when it comes to JJP. They didn't know how many collector's editions they would be getting. So a lot of them were just taking down names. Like, all right, you're next in line. I don't know how many I'm going to get. But meanwhile, while distributors are taking down names and making their list for their collector's editions, JJP is selling directly from their website to people that are putting in their deposits or making their payments on their collector's editions. So that hurt a lot of people because that's just something that they're not accustomed to. Stern doesn't sell directly. It's strictly through distributors. That's how it's always been, and that's what I think a lot of people were assuming was going to be the same way. Instead of buying directly from JJP, people went to their distributors because that's how you buy your games, but it turns out that wasn't the best way to go for this title, which burned a lot of people. Now, whenever you're going with the LE, you are definitely going to have a lot of little things, especially the thing that we haven't even seen yet, like the Coma ball saver or something like that, where it's another mech underneath the apron that supposedly saves a ball, does something with it. We don't know yet. I don't know yet, at least. So we haven't even seen that yet for the collector's edition. But all the other stuff is kind of like, whether it be the powder coating and the extra LEDs and stuff like that, it's not a major thing that you're going to be missing. Now, you're going to be missing a lot on the standard, but the LE, you're still going to I believe you're still going to get a great Guns N' Roses experience. I'm hoping to have an experience with this title myself in the near future, but as of right now, there's not one near me. For those of you out there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, feel free to hit me up so I may have a chance at playing this game. And with that being said, I think I've already recorded long enough for this video. Like I said, I wanted it to be a short one just to get it out to you guys. I'm going to take a couple of days off, and then I'm going to get back to it. So with that being said, thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you've seen, give me the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. That way you can be notified of whenever I upload something for your viewing pleasure. So until next time, peace out.